Humpty Trumpty sat on a wall.
So you don't need congressional approval to build the wall?
No, we can use them, absolutely. We can call a national emergency because of the security of our country, absolutely. No, we can do it. I haven't done it. I may do it. But we can call a national emergency and build it very quickly, and it's another way of doing it. But if we can do it through a negotiated process, we're giving that a shot.
In fact, he won the 2016 US presidential election with a promise to build a wall down the American-Mexican border to keep illegal migrants and drugs out. It really is a case of the higher he builds his barriers, the stronger he becomes. The border authorities say work has begun on building improved border security infrastructure. The money made available so far is largely tied to barrier designs that already exist. The trade agreement with Mexico and Canada is not yet in place, and it's not clear how this would directly lead to revenue from Mexico to pay for the wall.
That wall is not going to be paid by Mexico. Trump knows that. Kelly knows that. Even Congress in Mexico has decided and forbidden even for the president to sit down and discuss an issue that we're not even going to discuss.
Trump's plan would mean 864 miles of new wall and 1,163 miles of replacement wall. It would cost $33 billion or £26 billion.
The president cannot hold public employees hostage because he wants to have a wall that is not effective in terms of its purpose, not cost effective in terms of what the opportunity cost it is of federal dollars to spend. And the president has said Mexico's going to pay for this. Come on, let's anchor ourselves into reality. Mexico is not going to pay for this wall. We're not doing a wall. Does anybody have any doubt that we're not doing a wall? So that's it.
Are you worried about backlash? Are you worried about backlash?
No, it has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with the wall is an immorality between countries. It's an old way of thinking. It isn't cost effective.
Humpty Trumpty had a great fall. Congress is rowing about the spending for the wall of more than $5 billion or £3.5 billion. But Democratic lawmakers refuse to offer any more funding for the wall. They have offered $1.3 billion for improved border security, but not the wall.
Just east of San Diego, between the two existing border fences, mock-ups of President Trump's proposed border walls are coming together. What are we looking at?
There are a total of 8 prototypes, 4 of which are constructed out of concrete and then 4 that are constructed out of alternate material.
These are pretty tall.
They are 18 to 30 feet tall.
The Trump administration made that height and the construction materials a requirement. That at a time when apprehensions along the border are already on track to be as low as ever without Trump's wall. Will this lower the numbers even further?
It's hard to gauge. There's always going to be some form of crime, or in this case, illegal migration. Can we do our job better? Absolutely, and I think that these walls are going to contribute towards that.
We made our way to the Mexican side of the border, and this is the primary fence, the thing that Donald Trump doesn't think is big enough to keep people out of the United States. And this is the spot where earlier we saw those folks jump over the wall and into the U.S.
All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Trumpty together again. The impasse has led to a government shutdown since the 22nd of December. Trump won't sign off the budget unless it includes more money for the wall. The bill approved by Congress stipulated that funds could go on as primary and secondary fencing, barrier and planning and design, and border security technology. And money could be spent on new and replacement barriers that had been approved in a previous spending bill. So that means, for example, it could not be spent on developing prototypes of new walls that have been proposed by the president.
No sé por qué Donald Trump está aferrado con el gasto innecesario de esto, porque cómo se va a ver la manera de cómo cruzar, cómo estar ahí adentro trabajando.
Do you agree with me? Join in the debate below and subscribe.